Here we are. Would you like to get a live numerology reading today? We're going to be doing that and more on our show.
Stay tuned. It's Awaken Your Spirit presents Divine Numerology.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Awaken Your Spirit presents Divine Numerology. We are your hosts. I'm Dr. Aaron Garcia.
And I'm Veronica Mendez Garcia. And I'm so excited to have Darius Oliver with us today and, sharing his knowledge of numerology. And so we'll see what the numbers have for today.
We are live here on this episode, the special segment of Awaken Your Spirit on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. If you guys would like to join us each week, get your own numerology reading, and share in all the fun, make sure you guys tune into the show. We're here live on Facebook and on YouTube. On Facebook, you just turn on that live notification button here in the feed to get reminders. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell icon so you know when we have a new video that's posted. So we are excited today that we're going to be doing live readings. But before we get into that, we bring in our co-host. We always like to start off with our first segment of our shows, which is our inspirational moment with Veronica.
So inspirational moments is when I like to read something inspirational and just some, great information that's out there. And I have a book here, and it's on Einstein.
Einstein.
The master of numbers also. So there's his book. And it's called Einstein, His Life and Universe. And in this chapter that I'm reading from, it's called Einstein's God. It says, whether embracing the beauty of his gravitational field equations or rejecting the uncertainty in quantum mechanics, he displayed a profound faith in the orderliness of the universe. This served as a basis for his scientific outlook and also his religious outlook. The highest satisfaction of a scientific person, he wrote in 1929, is to come to the realization that God himself could not have arranged these connections any other way than that which does exist, any more than it would have been in his power to make 4 a prime number. For Einstein, as for most people, a belief in something larger than himself became a defining sentiment. It produced in him an admixture of confidence and humility that was leavened by sweet simplicity. Given his proclivity toward being self-centered, these were welcome graces. Along with his humor and self-awareness, they helped him to avoid the pretense and pomposity that could have afflicted the most famous mind in the world.
It's interesting. I've heard that one. A lot of scientists and physicists, when they go and discover the secrets of science and the universe, and a lot of them will find that by their discovery that they actually discovered a faith in religion because of their discovery, trying to understand how this universe works. And Einstein's one of them.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating. Even how he says the prime number 4.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll find out what that means with Darius here. But if you guys enjoyed that, and it's just interesting to study people of the past and their accomplishments and how they went through things, because we can learn something from them as well.
Also, they say that he learned to speak at the age of 4.
Oh, interesting. So, and right now I see there's 4s all over our screen right now.
There is.
So there's something there that we're paying attention to. And so if you guys enjoy that, make sure you give us some hearts and likes here into the feed. And if you know anybody that would have just a ton of fun being here with us on the show live today, make sure you tag them here into the comments and share this with them, because as we always said, we never know who this message is going to impact. And so please share that. And if you would like to get your own reading today, here's what you need to do. You're going to type in your full birth name here in the comments with your birth date. So the month, the day, and the year, and type that into the feed. And as we get into our readings today, we'll go in order and go through everybody. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and bring on our co-host for today, which is Darius Oliver. I'm going to bring him here into our feed. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Darius.
Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing? Good to be on the show today.
We're doing great. Thank you for being here.
Definitely. I'm excited. We got, a lot to talk about today. Call it like a lightning round, just one after the next. But yeah, that quote that you mentioned about Einstein was really good. Especially what you said about him and the numbers. Funny thing about it is a lot of people don't know that he had trouble in school, and that was seen in his numerology. If you look, because he had a missing 7 energy. And so that affected his ability to learn and process and his ability to internalize what he was learning. So he struggled in school. That's really common with 7 void. But it ended up, what happened is that he became known for the thing that he lacked in this lifetime.
Interesting. Yeah. So for those who are maybe joining with us for the first time, Darius, could you briefly explain what numerology is and how it can be used?
Numerology is a study of numbers. Numerology is a tool, and we use that tool for understanding ourselves and understanding patterns. When we understand ourselves, then we understand other people around us better. And it's a tool that we can use to maximize the good times and then strengthen the difficult times, to kind of know how to maneuver and steer. If you know the bumps ahead, then you kind of know where to steer a little bit better.
Yeah, got it. So that's why we do this show, and that's why we're going to do personal readings, because if you guys want to know more about yourselves and how you can, work through patterns of your life and days, so that way you can almost like foresee what might be coming. You also can see what your challenges might be that you can work on. And that's the beauty that we've been learning. We're learning so much every single week, especially having Darius here with us. And there's always something new to learn. Yeah, which is fascinating.
Yeah, and we have so many people already putting in their date of birth and everything, so it seems like everyone's excited.
We got Jen Drury says, "What's up,
Darius?" Hey, what's up, Jen? Getting ready for today. I look forward to it. Talk to you soon.
Tamar Piscino says, "Hello, good morning."
Hey, good to see you.
And I hope
good to be on.
I hope Raleigh Dube joined in. She says, "Hey, I'm going to try to make it." She posted this earlier, so if you're here, say hello. Thank you guys for being here with us today. We do see the names coming in here, and we'll get to those shortly. And then Cecilia also says hello too.
Hey.
All right.
Glad you guys can make it. Awesome.
So before we get into all of this, let's start off. We were talking about this earlier, and let's talk about like what the energy of this week could represent to everybody. Could you share some of that with us?
Like a general.
Yeah.
So normally we talk about the number of the day, and that's what people are like, whoa, what's the number of the day? But right now I'm going to talk about the number of the week. So we all know that there's 52 weeks in a year. Okay. So each one of those 52 weeks has an energy that is designated by that number. So this week right now is the week 30. So It's going to have the energy of 30, 3 and 0, which has to do with expression, sensitivity. This is a week starting from like Sunday to Saturday. Yes.
Okay.
So this past Sunday. So what's been really important is 3 is the number of fun. All right. So 3 is number of fun. It's about expression. It's about happiness. It's about challenging negative thoughts in the mind, because 3 has to do with the mind. It's air energy. It's a wind element, the number 3. So it has to do with thoughts. It has to do with our thinking and also our emotions. It's the combination of thought, it's intellect and emotion. And so with that, it has to do with some, we're gonna have times where we're very happy, very, just enjoying life, enjoying things, and that's good. That's great. Then we're gonna have these times where we're gonna have these negative thoughts that come into our mind from our past, and it's about challenging those thoughts with positive thoughts or things that we actually want in our reality, so that we're not dwelling on the negative to manifest it in our life, because 3 is also a number of manifestation. 3 is manifestation, but 3 is also integration, meaning that 1 and 2, what comes with, 1 plus 2, it adds up to 3. 1 is masculine, 2 is feminine. So the combination of the divine masculine and the divine feminine is 3. So that is the Trinity, right? Father, Son, Holy Mother, however you interpret it, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And so 3 is that integration. It's about embracing the light, which is 1, and then embracing our shadow, which is 2. The sun is the 1 and the 2 is the moon, light and then shadow. Embracing both of those sides of ourselves and integrating it, not suppressing one of our aspects to ourselves, but facing those things that make us feel uncomfortable, make us feel shame or guilt, and bringing those to light within ourselves, and understanding why we have those emotions wrapped around, certain negative emotions, some of it based on past traumas and things that were experienced in life. So it goes in many different layers and different depths. But let's see. So you got the 3, and of course, represents expression. Also represents art, artistic, cinema, having fun, going out, hanging out with friends. And then you have the 0 right next to it, which is expansion. So 3 represents expansion because it has Jupiter energy, but also 0 is the womb. 0 is the womb of the original mother. So whatever 0 comes behind it, it naturally expands and takes it to the next level. And so that is the energy of this week. Whereas last week was more about relationships and others and interaction. And what I mean by last week, I'm talking about from last Saturday to the previous Sunday. This is more focused on the potential of what you can gain from association with friends. Getting around the right people that will influence you in the right ways. There's a tarot card for every number. The 30th card is the 4 of Wands. So this week corresponds also to the 4 of Wands, in that the energy of the home is involved, the energy of that foundation based on that home structure.
Okay.
And so so as far as advice, how can a person apply this? Be authentic in how you express yourself with the people that you live with. And any negative thoughts, challenge those with positive thoughts.
You just explained my whole entire week.
Awesome, man.
Just see.
But it's even more interesting because, Veronica and I, as you know, that our focus and our speciality is working with the emotions. And so it'd be great to really add this tool to that, because it is about introspection and when those thoughts come in, how do we challenge those, and how do we work through that without our emotions taking over, because they can. And so it's always great introspection.
You were challenged this.
I was definitely. We get challenged. I got challenged yesterday, but you know what? Because I learned how to channel that energy better than I would have in the past. Things turned out better than they could be if I took a different direction. So that's how we use this.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that too, that feedback. That's awesome.
Yeah. And if that resonates with you guys here that are watching right now, let us know, because it's always fascinating that how almost spot on these numbers are. And Veronica and I are still just dabbing into the basics. And I know you are still learning a lot of this too, but it's very interesting how accurate this can be.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So Tiffany, how's your jacket working?
Yeah, Tiffany says, how's your jacket working? I think it's been better. I think one day I forgot to zip it up, but it's good. So we're talking about the jackets, like that energy shield that we could put around us to
nice.
Negative energies. So she showed us some new techniques that was interesting. And we've been having a lot of fun with it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
All right. So we have people that are tuning in with us right now. We've got a lot of birth dates. We got a lot of names coming in. If you guys would like to have your own personal reading, we want to make sure you can do 2 things. Put in your first, your middle, and your last name, and your birth name that's on your birth certificate. So if you're married and have a different married name, put in your maiden name, and also put in your birth date And we're going to go in order. And the way we're going to do this too is we're going to focus on just the people that are watching here on the feed right now. And if we have extra time, because I see some people that want to know about their children or their spouse, is we'll get to those if we have extra time. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. I hear a lot of thumbs up here on our end.
So Tiffany says how to get Avia ready to leave with her papa, but I'm here. LOL.
She's here.
Right.
All right. We got Millie Star. Mill Star says amazing. And
awesome.
then
Thanks.
I'm just going back to all the feeds. So, all right. Then I think we are ready to go. So let's go with our first number. We're going to go through the comments here. So, okay, so let's go here with Paz. So Paz is the first one here on our list. Okay, and so she says, so it's Jennifer Paz Bedoya, September 12th, 1992.
What's good, Jen? Good to see you. Good to see you on. So let's see. September 12th, 2000. Oh, not 2000. Okay, right now we're in 2020, so that's 21 plus 4. Oh, wow. Interesting. All right, so look. So you're in a personal 3-year right now. So this is really about this whole year right before your birthday that's coming up right now is about integration. Integrating integrating all the parts that you are, who you are, and embracing all those parts of who you actually are in all the other parts where you were trying to keep them separate. And now that's the energy of this current time for you. But also after your next birthday, you're going to be going into a personal 7-year. So for a personal 7, this is going to be showing you some really good potential as far as spiritual progress, what you're going to be able to do. You're going to feel like spending more time alone. You're not going to be like trying to be around nobody. You're just, and what that means is those that are around you, it's important to explain to them not to take it personal when you have to take your personal space. Not to take it personal when you have to take your personal space, because you're integrating yourself at the current moment before your birthday, before this upcoming birthday. This whole previous year has really been a lot about watching your associations and who you've been around and your interactions with other people, but also things related to the family, things related to the structure of relationships. So moving forward, it's going after your birthday, it's going to be that relationships that are experiencing change. So you're going to be having relationships. It may be romantic, may not be romantic. It just may be relationships with friends and family and whatnot. But there's going to be a lot of changes that are happening in the relationships that cause you to be more introspective and analytical, and in that respect. If you want to know more, message me and we could talk about a deeper session for you. That is what I have for you right at this moment.
Awesome. Very cool.
And if that resonates, let us know how that resonates with your end of the feed. We'd love to get you guys' feedback after Darius does a reading. So let us know here and see, is he spot on?
Let me know.
We're going to have like Stump the Numerologist Day.
Oh.
All right.
I gotta get some backup. No, go ahead.
She says, heck yeah, I've been analyzing.
Interesting.
All right, let's go to our next one. Veronica, where am I
next
going here?
One, we have Maria Draxson.
All right, so Maria.
1261.
Maria Draxson. So you're born on the 12th. So that has to do with independence and cooperation and balance. You love to give. You love to help people. You got to learn how to say no without feeling guilty. Okay. And again, we have the 1 and the 2. That's 3. That's expression and sensitivity. So of course, you love to be around people. People enjoy being around you because you're funny. And people may not always understand your sense of humor, but that's okay. It's funny. That's the whole point. And I hope that you realize that, and I'm sure you do actually, based on the numbers. But anyway, there's that aspect of wanting to help everybody, wanting to give to everyone. In fact, your birthday is, boom, the same as Jennifer's, the one that came right before you. So here we have one birthday born on September 12th, and then we have another birthday right after that, September 12th.
Oh, that's right.
So we have a complete a repeating combination here. So everybody that's tuned in, check out angel number 912. Go ahead and look at angel number 912. See what it means for you, because we have a pattern right here, and see, it's interesting the way that they show up like that. Now, as it relates, you can probably relate to a lot of the things that I said to Jen right before you, as it relates to the analyzation, looking deeper into things, but also integrating parts of ourselves that we try to suppress at other times. At this particular year. So that could definitely resonate, especially because you're born on the same day. But as far as the energy that you're going into, also after your next birthday, would be having to do with that analyzation. You'll probably start feeling that even more so around the 9th of September. You'll start feeling some of those energies like that. But let us know, give us feedback, tell us what you're experiencing.
Because you're right on point.
Awesome. And so that's what I have for you, Maria. If you'd like to go deeper, message me. We can go, talk deeper about how this can actually help you in your life moving forward.
All right. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far. Again, we are doing live numerology readings for you guys here on the show. And what you're going to want to do is give us your full birth name here into the feed, and also your birth date. So again, the year, the month, the day, and the year that you're born. And we're doing Spitfire here with Darius, and he's going to do. We're going in order.
That's right.
All right. So let's go back to my list here.
So next one is Tamar.
Yes.
1181.
Yes. All right, cool. So we have, and I'm assuming that's February.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, like, the way we normally do it is, it's 2 is February, the day 11, and then 1981 is the year. Where I know you sometimes use it a little backwards in numerology.
Yes. So as a kindness to your numerologist, please spell out the month. Spell out the month, and so boom, it'll be awesome. So here we have it. We got February 11th, 1981. 11 is justice in the tarot. So, and then we have 2, the second month, which is the High Priestess. Then we have 1981, which is the moon. All right. So right there we have, let's see, let's double check on that, make sure. 10 and then 8, that's 18, 19. Actually, no, that's 19, which is the sun. So we have your year is 19, the sun card. So the 11 as justice, this is about seeing and blending duality, looking at things. And I met you before as well, so you're able to see that 11 gives you the ability to blend and balance as far as helping others make decisions clearly, either this or that. And then the 2 also gives you the guidance with your intuition, with both the 11 and the 2, because that's a master number 11. Then you have the sun, which is 19, and that is the sun is usually a happy energy, but in the respects to numerology, it gives challenges with authority figures in your lifetime that you would have at certain points. Then the 11 and then the 2 put a lot of emphasis on the relationship with the mother and also father figures that may clash at times, or male or masculine figures that may clash. So we have the 19, the 11, that's 30, and then 2. So that gives you the life path 5, which is freedom and discipline and self-discipline. So it's the discipline that you have must be from inside of yourself and not imposed on you by any outside source. That's always important for for the life path 5, because it's going to naturally rebel against anything that it's forced to do. I know, because I'm born on the 5th. So, that's the energy. And as far as that combination there, the hidden challenge here is harnessing the hermit energy of the 9th tarot card, the hermit energy, going within and listening to that to that intuitive guidance. So that's what I have for you, Tamar. And if you want to know some more deeper information about your numbers, your cards, and your chart, also, for those of you, whenever I'm telling you these numbers, these cards in the tarot, you're probably getting those cards in your readings. If you guys are doing readings for yourself, and I tell you these cards, those are probably the cards that you're getting if you're in your tarot card readings most of the time. And it's kind of a trippy thing, but yes, you can do that. But that's what I have for you right now. And, you want to know more, hit me up. We can go deeper into your chart, see what you got.
Yeah. And if people want to reach out and do something even deeper, how do they get a hold of you?
The way that you can contact me is call me, reach me on my cell phone number. That's 209-898-4103. Then you can also message me on Facebook directly at Darius Oliver, and you can get a hold of me that way. Whatever way works best for you. And that number he just posted right there, so you guys can look at it, write it down.
I also added it to the.
And also, if you're an email person, then my email is Divine Numerology, the number 1 at gmail.com.
Got it. All right. So let's go down here. So you guys got that number. That's how you can get in contact with Darius. Let's keep going.
Excellent.
All right. So we've left off with Tamar. Let's go down the list here. Okay, here we go.
All right, so the next one we have Millie Star Millstar. So
all right,
13th, 1985.
So that 13. Hey, look, I bet people told you 13 is unlucky, but it is not. Anyone that I met born on the 13th knows that it's lucky. It's actually a very strong number. The person who understands the power of 13, to them, power and dominion will be given. That's the secret of 13. 13 represents the 13th tarot card, which is death. So when people see that, they're like, oh my gosh, right? But it's death in the sense of transformation. The caterpillar dies from the way of the caterpillar. It dies from walking on the branch to flying over the trees. It transforms into a greater being. That's what 13 represents. It represents the phoenix transformation. How it's a bird, and then it goes to the dust, and then it rises as a fiery bird. Mm-hmm. So we have the 13, but not just that. 13 is very magical as an energy, as a number. And it has that 4 structure, that 4. So it's you have the 1, which is independence, makes you very independent, makes you very direct. It gives you this masculinity. Even though you're feminine, you're a woman, it still gives you this boom, like in chargeness, right? And then 3, which is expression. So the 1 is forward movement and direction, initiative. The 3 is expression. So it's very straightforward in talking, just boom, this is what I say, this is what I say. So people can interpret you as bossy sometimes. And that just means that in time, you would be able to use the structure of 4 and lead others in a way that helps them to be structured and balance that authoritativeness that naturally comes with 13. Your first name starts with M, which is the 13th letter. And so you have this different combination going on with the first 4 years of your life, because that's what that M will definitely affect as far as how structure plays a role in your life. And possibly, let's see, 13, 16, 26, 36, 39, 3. And so then the first 4 years of your life may have been pretty tough, actually. But then a big period of time, that was helping to become more independent. And for about a 9-year period that followed that. But if you want to go more deep into your chart, let me know. We could talk about it and see what the numbers have for you for this upcoming year. So that's what I have for you, Millie. And you know how to get a hold of me, 209-898-4103. And I look forward to talking to you.
She says yes to transformation. She's laughing and says yes. And then she says, wow, that's so true. I've never thought about that. There's something in there that resonated with her. And then she says, yes, it was tough.
And I think she's talking about the childhood,
first 4 years.
That first 4 years. And again, you guys can reach Darius at 209-898-4103 if you'd like to go in depth. And he will go in depth. There's so much more in your own numbers that we could spend days and hours here on the show just on one individual person.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going down the list here. So, okay, we're at Millie. Let me go back up here. Let me go down. You guys have your comments coming in. Okay, here she was. And the next one is going to be, who's on my radar here?
We can go to others. Jackie?
Okay, let's go to Jackie next.
So we have Jackie.
Oh, hey. Nice.
11,
Jackie.
5.
Good to see you. 1111. So guys that are paying attention to angel numbers, write that down. Look up 1111. You have just seen it. Okay. So everyone that's watching, everyone that observes that 1111 pattern, when you see it, take note of that. And what is the dominating thoughts on your mind at the moment that you see it? Also look around in your immediate environment to see if you see an 1111 or repeating one sequence somewhere around you, or a repeating number, because that will add meaning to whatever that angel number is. So 1111. So we have the energy. We have the double master number from the month and the day. And when we have that energy, we know that 11 is the master intuitive. So this person here Jackie is very intuitive, very able to balance and blend, help. She's very good at giving advice. Very good at giving advice because of the ability to be able to step outside of herself and look at the situation from this way and that way. Able to see how the left side could be just as valid as the right side, which can create challenges for her in the sense of making a personal, hey, what should I do in this case? Should I do this or should I do that? So excellent counselor, excellent person to go to for advice. The way of giving your own self-advice is to treat the situation as if, when you have a situation, what would I say to someone that was coming to me with a similar issue? And then also, the biggest thing with the 11, really, really good at giving advice, is a lot of times what we're doing when we're always constantly projecting, always. So whatever we see in another person is actually what we're observing in ourselves, positive or negative. Many times the issue or challenge that someone has, that they're experiencing, that they're coming to us with, is something that we have experienced or will experience soon. In some cases, they may be showing us something and bringing to our awareness what we're not conscious of, so that we can work on it. You can tell that you have 11 influence when you are giving someone advice. Then you look at your own situation and you're like, hey, where in my life could I apply that actually? And I'm saying that because I have to do that when, a lot of times people, will ask me advice or something like that. And I know that I'm giving that advice, whatever it is that I'm telling that person, I need to apply that for my own self too. So because I have certain 11 energies going on as well. So that is what I have for Jackie at this moment. And if you guys want to go deeper, let me know, and we can definitely go deeper into your numbers. and see what that means for you for the next months, next years even.
Mm-hmm. She says she can be very indecisive at times, and she does that all the time. I think about the lessons, maybe. But if you guys enjoyed that, you can give some hearts and likes here into the feed. And again, we are live here on both Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook, we are at our page at Aaron and Veronica. If you guys would like to join us each time, make sure you like and follow us here on that page. And if you guys would like to get reminded each time we go live here, either on our show, Waking Your Spirit, or our special presents of Divine Numerology, make sure you turn on the live notification here in the feed. And we're also on YouTube as well, so make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Also, Jackie says, spot on. Thank you, Darius.
Very welcome.
All right. So,
all right.
Let's see.
So again, we're doing live readings. If you guys are just joining with us and you would like to do your own personal numerology reading with Darius, make sure you type in your full name and also give us your birth date, but spell out the month. You can abbreviate it, but give us the month, the day, and the year that you were born, and we'll do a reading for you while we're here live.
All right. So we went through everyone that posted their birthday. Now people want to know about their kids. So So he said his birthday, February 1999.
What I will do is, if you've already been read and you want someone else, message me and we can go and take a deeper look, so that they can have that access. So message me or call me and we can set something up so that we can go and, see how specifically that person's numbers relate and correlate to you, to find out what lessons that they're here to learn from you, what energy that you two create together, and what is it that you possibly create on this earth plane.
Interesting. All right, so we'll do private message on that one.
So there's one at the bottom.
All right. So since we have time, we got someone who's live here. Veronica Mendez is live. Her birthday is 3/8/1976.
Awesome. So Veronica, Veronica, is she tuned in? Is she on?
Yes.
I think she's on.
Okay, think so? Okay.
In the feed.
So born on the 8th. All right. So let's look at this. All right. So we have Veronica. So you have the V. Okay, that is the 22nd letter in the alphabet. Okay. So that 22 is that's the cornerstone of your name. That's the 22 energy. Then if we also look at Aaron, your first name starts with 2 A's, which is a 1-1. That's a hidden master number. So we have the 11 right off the bat from Aaron. I know you didn't ask Aaron, but I'm putting you on blast. We got the 11 from Aaron, then we have the 22 from Veronica. That gives us a hidden 33 energy. And then when we add your life path together, Aaron, your life path 8, in fact, a 44-8, master number 44-8. That 8 to Veronica's 7, that creates a 6 together as a life path energy, a family unit. Even in the first letters in your name is that seen. So we see the 33 pattern there. But as far as Veronica, even when you add the 3 and the 8, what do you get? The month plus the year, you get 11, another master number energy. So the whole point of this, whenever you see a lot of master numbers stacking up like that, that's called what I just stacking. That means that raises the intensity of that particular number energy. So the more 11s that you'll notice someone having around them, that increases their sensitivity to messages from spirit. Also their sensitivity to energies around them. So if we add the 3, 8, and then the 11, the 3, 8 to get the 11, then we add it to the current year, which is 4. This tells us what happened, what the energy was that followed after your birthday. And what we get from that is the energy of 6. It's the energy of 6, which is the love, acceptance, the family, dealing with domestic responsibilities and duties, sacrifice. So a lot of sacrifice, but also here's the thing. The kind of 6 that you're experiencing this year is 15. This directly corresponds to Capricorn. Okay, so that corresponds to the energies of Capricorn. And it's a very practical, no nonsense type of approach when dealing with certain things. But you have the 15, the 1, and then the 5. And this is describing the personal year energy. So you have that 1, which is taking action, taking initiative, leading and directing the self. This is also related to the ego. And then also you have 5. The 1 is right next to the 5, which is adapting to changes that are experienced related to the self. The changes are happening to the self. The challenge here is the structure in this year, the thing that acts as an anchor. So this will be the make or break energy of the year is 4. The make or break energy of the year is 4, which is meaning that certain challenges, upholding and keeping those structures would be really how you would get the most out of this year, which would help to balance that like, oh man, I want to go and do my own thing versus I need to help and take care of the family. The 4 is going to be the anchor, the planning, organization, everything that deals with 4. Whenever there's 4 energy, you're going to have the opposite trying to express itself. What's the opposite of 4? The opposite of 4 is 5, which is things kind of everywhere. So if 4 wants a thing, everything in its place and a place for everything, then there's going to be challenges dealing with clutter and timing, scheduling. The strength and the real power is going to be in not double booking. And how I'm saying this is myself. I'm just looking at myself and noticing what are the lessons that I learned in a 4 energy. And having the 4 challenge is making sure that, everything is double checked, but also too, that I'm not limiting myself when opportunities arise. That I'm allowing myself to try new things and experience new things. And so I hope that makes sense and resonates.
Yeah, it does. And
But
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you mentioned like not double booking yourself or, things like that. So when I do custom cakes on the side as well, and I had like 4 cake orders this week, and I wrote down all the details on one page, but then on another page, I rewrote all of them that are due like in order to make sure I don't skip one or overlook something, and make sure I have everything, set there.
Excellent. And
times.
Exactly. And even the number of cake deliveries you said.
Yeah, 4.
I'll tell you what, that 4 energy that is in your name, that 22 energy, strong.
Interesting. Am I next? Oh, let's go with mine. Can I post it here?
Go for it, man.
So we'll do it.
I got to think about it. Actually, hold up. Let me think about it.
I could say it, but I'll just type it here. All right. So let's post in the chat. So
May 20th. Okay. So for Aaron, 20th and then 5. So we have the 2 energy, the 20th card in the deck of the tarot. And so you can kind of see that when I do these readings, when I look at the numbers, it's just kind of the thing that's supposed to come out related to the number just comes out. Like you notice that when I spoke to Veronica, I didn't go into detail about the tarot card. But for some reason, when I see, it just, whatever the number is, whatever is supposed to come out related to the number just comes out.
Okay.
So in this case, it's saying It's bringing to mind the 20th card in the tarot card, which is the Judgment card. Judgment is also known as the awakening, and using one's own judgment in certain situations. But as far as the awakening, it's also the resurrection. And this card has to do with a sleep that a person has been in and waking up. The picture, the image on the card is a bunch of people that are being resurrected or brought back to life. So it has an element of the phoenix to it. In that card, you also have the Archangel Michael, that's actually in that card blowing a trumpet. And a mother, a man, a father, and a child are rising from these tombs. It's like looking in the book, in the Bible, the Revelation book, the last book of the Bible. It's saying, and they will blow the trumpet, and those in the memorial tombs will rise up. That's the image that the Judgment card is showing. But now, as it relates to you, that 20 and then the 5, from the month. So we have the 25, and then we add that to the current energy of this year, which comes out to 29. The tarot card associated with 29, and that's super interesting because I'm 29 years old, and we started this show in your 29th personal year. So that's pretty cool. Another example of stacking. But aside from that, 29 corresponds to the 3 of Wands in the tarot.
Okay.
And the 3 of Wands it has to do with established strength. It has to do with established strength. It has to do with the fire element. It has to do with looking at things, basically looking at your accomplishments, looking at the things that you've done, and getting ready for this upcoming year, this upcoming energy, that whatever it is that you're about to enter. 29 is also a number, it's a master number energy, because we have that 2 and the 9 gives us the 11. But now, let me tell you, that master number that you have from this energy is rooted in relationships in the public eye. Relationships in the public eye, also relationships that are experiencing ending and going through their cycle of completion, but also relationships that are rooted in power. So because the 9 is also a number, it means power. Yes, it means endings, conclusion, means all those things, but it means power. It's also a number of, when you have a lot of 9s, and I'd have to look at other places to see, but when we see a lot of 9s in someone's chart, that means an indication of fame because of its association with power in the public. But in reference to this is relationships from the 2 energy that are experiencing that give you the double 1, which is at times clashes with the ego. Inner tension, at times anxiety, can result from that 11 energy, and that can be balanced out by tuning in. What I mean by tuning in, doing the 2. What does it mean to do the 2? That means spending time a little, just kind of going within. Everyone says going within. You got to taste your own flavor and just enjoy your own time. That can be the challenge this year. That can be the challenge. That'll actually be the anchor.
And I'm actually going through a year right now.
Interesting.
I'm year.
Interesting. And so the anchor or the challenge for this particular energy period would be the ability or the tendency or the awareness to go and do that introspection, to take a look at how what you're experiencing now has been, or a pattern that's showing up from the past. and not even judging ourselves on if it is or is not, but just what did we learn from the pattern if it is presenting ourselves, and acknowledging that thing that we learned from the pattern that presented itself, so that we don't even have to repeat it anymore. Because once that is acknowledged to the universe, and we say, hey, look, I learned a lesson and here's what it is, in whatever form that takes, whether a person writes it, verbally acknowledges it, records it, or what, when they acknowledge that they've learned the lesson that the universe is teaching them, then the universe doesn't need to teach that lesson anymore. You learned it, and it's like, boom, I'm done with that. It's just all, it says, I just need you to say it. Just acknowledge, boom, that you learned it. Okay, cool. Let's go next. Introspection. There may be times, since it's a 2-year, there's going to be a lot of duality and ups and downs, because 2 is the original number of change, and it flows. It just weaves in and out, ebbs and flows. So there's that up and down, just like the moon waxes and wanes. That's why 2 rules the moon, waxing and waning, big and small. Sometimes it's full, sometimes it doesn't want to be seen. So that's the energy of the 2. But aside from that, there is the it also gives that extra sense of intuition. And this particular time, it'll be really, for us, and when I say us, I'm talking about guys. And I'm saying, because we think linearly. In most cases, we think we have to, it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, X, Y, all the way down to Z. Women think differently. They, in the beginning of everything, they already have Z. They don't even have to go all the way to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They already have Z. But with guys, the way our mind works is we got to go all the way through the process to get to Z's. That's why sometimes women will be like, hey, go that way. And we don't listen, because we logically don't see, well, how does that make sense? But if we did, then we would, what I mean? That's kind of how that works. They just in
Google sometimes.
Huh?
That's why I don't listen to Google sometimes. I miss my turn.
It happens. And it's just the way that the difference that they process. But I say for us, here's my point. Women are naturally really good at listening to what their body is telling them. But when we're in a personal year of 2 energy, and the anchor of that is 7 and going within, that means that 2 and the 11 is increasing the strength of your intuition this year. 7 is saying to go within. Why? Why go within? Because it doesn't only mean meditation, which is good, but it also means going within and paying attention to what I feel. Like, what gives me this feeling that they call goosebumps? What do I identify as goosebumps? It may not, it may be something different from what we expected, but that goosebump sensation, paying attention to when we have that, because many times that will confirm with us what our intuition is saying is true. And and when we catch on to that, then it helps us to, my mentor puts it this way. When I'm asking my mentor a question and I'm on the right track on something, she'll say, now you're thinking like a woman. You're thinking like a woman, because the woman,
because you're on track,
right? Well, because my intuition is telling me from the beginning.
It reminds me of there was a placard. I think I got it from my dad for, I was like Father's Day or his birthday or something like that, and what it read was, if at first you don't succeed, do it the way your wife told you to.
That's genius. That's genius. That's genius. So, and as I say that, I'm saying that to, because what it's really about is the balance of the divine masculine with the divine feminine. And that's what 2 represents. So while we're men, while we're in our masculine, that part about feeling what our body's telling us, that's the intuition, getting involved with the divine feminine, but also at the same time making that decision, that initiative, that action, the divine masculine, but balancing it out by feeling what the body is telling us so that we can intellectually make the decision and take that action in that direction.
It's interesting that you say that too, because when we talk about that feminine part of us, we all have that masculine, feminine. You mentioned, guys, we tend to think, linear. Well, that's the masculine energy, which is the reasoning factor. That's the thinking part. The feeling part of us is that feminine, that divine feminine within all of us, and we learn to tune into that. And the body is the emotional filter. And so, coming from working in the health field, and when we work with personal clients, is a lot of times their body will tell us what's going on because they start to feel all these physical symptoms of what might be going on in their thought process, all the stress, all the worries, the fears, emotions, and they're not expressing, but their body's showing it like the check engine light on the car. So it is very fascinating. We also have Rhea. This says, hello, Darius. She's here to watch now.
Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in.
Well, we are getting to the end, and by my clock, it's 11:01.
So here we go. We have another repeating one sequence. So, just for those of you that resonates with, look at what that means for you.
Interesting. Well, that's been a fun show today.
Yeah.
I hope you guys really enjoyed being with us and getting your numbers read. Again, we are live here every Thursday. If you didn't get a chance to get your numbers read and would like to, join us here every weekend, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. Just make sure you turn on the Facebook notifications here in the feed to get live notifications. And if you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on that little bell so you get reminded each time we have a video posted.
Also, if you want to get in contact with Darius and go further in your reading, you can call him at 209-898-4103.
Yes. Excellent. And hey, guys, thank you. Thanks to everyone that has tuned in to today's show. It's greatly appreciated. For those of you that have been following your numbers, for those of you that have been looking into numerology and seeing how it can benefit you, who are curious and want to know more about what's going on, what's the truth behind what's on the news, and what's the truth behind all these things. This is the year of awakening. This is the year of exposure. And much, much, much is to be revealed. Now, the next year, I'm not going to go into it, but next year will be the year of uprooting. So for those of you that are curious about what that means, you know how to get a hold of me, and we can go into it. Thank you, everyone who's been supporting us, and that's what I have.
Thank you so much.
All right. Join us next week on Awaken Your Spirit presents Divine Numerology, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Have a great day.
Bye.
Peace.